what up, y'all? Today we're gonna do a little video that's a little different. I guess it's probably well overdue for it. We started this channel to promote, you know, family working together, and you know, Brody and his hearing aids. And I kind of shied away from, I guess, Brody's hearing aids and kind of like everyday what we go through. So I want to kind of incorporate that back into our channel because I was supposed to do that, but I was kind of worried about, I guess they call them the trolls. And so, but I just kind of want to be able to assist anybody who might need assistance with this area, because we were like clueless about this area. So I figured, you know, why not be able to help somebody? But kind of like how he was born, but kind of wanted to discuss it a little bit. So they kind of go back with my pregnancy with Brody. He's obviously my first child, and he everything was going good with the pregnancy until probably about maybe what, 6 months?
6 months.
Yeah, about 6 months. And went in for a test, and I can't exactly remember everything that happened, but basically he hadn't grown in over a month. I found out I had fibroids, and it was 4 of them. One of them was as big as a grapefruit, and I never knew I had fibroids, but one of them as big as a grapefruit, and then also one of them was like right against his face, right, or pushing against his head. Went to another, kept going to my stress test, and then we had to go see that specialty doctor again. And we went to that appointment. That appointment was a little different, right? Because the doctor wouldn't tell us nothing. Like, he was just like, We're like, what's going on? He's like, Just kept saying, Then he went out, right? Came back in. And then he gave us a piece of paper, still not telling us nothing, and was like, y'all need to go to this hospital. So we're like, okay. And he told me to go straight there, don't eat nothing. We were kind of hard-headed. We stopped at the house, because I was like, well, this is my second time going to the hospital, so I kind of want to be prepared, get me some clothes and everything. And so I got some clothes. TT brought us something to eat. TT brought us some barbecue. Little did we know we was gonna need that barbecue. So we took that with us and went to the hospital. And we think we're gonna leave the hospital the next day. We just think they just wanted to check us. And they gave me some steroids. And the next day we getting ready to leave. Remember, I tried to order some pancakes. They wouldn't bring my pancakes. I'm like, what's going on?
I put on the work clothes.
Brandon put on his work clothes. I called my job, tell them I'm coming to work. And at this time, I had 1 baby shower, and I was supposed to have 2 more. But we have done nothing for the baby yet. We have done nothing because we had all the showers to go to. We were getting ready to, like, thought we were leaving, and then the lady that looked like Pink, the artist, came in there, and she basically, I heard her say, or you heard her say under her breath, right, that we not leaving that hospital until they take the baby.
Yeah.
And that hurt me to my heart. I was so scared out of my mind. I think I was, what, 34 weeks, and I had to have an emergency C-section, and I'm thinking like they gonna take the baby in like a couple weeks, right? No, they're like, no, we're taking the baby in like 2 hours, an hour. And so I had to have the emergency C-section. My mama got there right after, or right when I was getting wheeled, like getting wheeled in or something like that. She came when I was like under the knife. So Brody came. He's 3 pounds 9 ounces, little bitty thing. Had to be in the hospital for 3 weeks in an incubator. And just, if you can imagine your child not going home with you and seeing him in an incubator. He was so little, he couldn't eat. He kept falling asleep every 2 seconds. We had to feed him through a nipple. That's how little he was, a nipple. Brandon could hold him in his hand. He was small.
He didn't have a booty.
He didn't have a booty yet, like for real. Like, it was flat. Like, you could see.
He didn't have cheeks.
He didn't have cheeks. You could see everything. That first diaper change was like, where do I wipe? Right? Brandon's like, okay, we done. It was the easiest wipe ever because no cheeks. And you know how you have to have that hearing test? Well, he failed the hearing test at the hospital, but they said they couldn't tell because he's so small. So then I had to go to another appointment later on, 2 weeks later, and they said they couldn't read it then either. So then we went back again a couple weeks later, and the lady kind of was hesitant. She said he smiled, but I can't really tell. So that should have been a sign right then. But, you know, we going off what the doctors say. So time progressed, and you know, we already knew Brody was going to be a little delayed with certain things because he was premature. But, you know, our friends' kids were the same age, and Brody was kind of doing everything like their kids still. So we're like, oh, we good. When would you say that, I guess, we started thinking that something went right?
When we went to we went to visit OG and them, and Zoe was trying to change the channel with the remote, and OG did something, and she said, "Thank you." And we both, "Thank you." Like she can talk. Yeah, so that's when like, hold on now. And Brody slightly older than, well, a little bit older than Zoe. But we like, hold on now. And then we start looking at other kids, like they doing this, they doing this. Not that you can compare the kids, but
it give you an idea.
Yeah. But yeah, we noticed like he wasn't walking.
Get it. You don't want to walk?
He wasn't saying no words, nothing. No mama, daddy, nothing. Just,
not even mama, not dad, nothing.
Yeah. So I think that was the point where we like, all right, something going on.
Right. So I mentioned a lot to our pediatrician every time, like, hey, I think, you know, something going on with Brody, but I don't know what. And she kept saying he was premature and that he's going to be delayed. So he'll be okay. He'll be okay. And I was like, Brandon, I just still feel like something ain't right. And so we get to over like a year and a half and Brody is still not talking. Like he don't respond to stuff, like, but he was really good at, like, before Brody was a year, he knew all his ABCs and colors, shapes, because he just would focus on that. Little did we know this child couldn't hear nothing. And if you could kind of imagine like being underwater and how mumbled it sounds, that's kind of how it sounds for Brody basically. So we kept saying something about the pediatrician. She couldn't give me nothing, so I started doing some research. I found something that was called Bright Beginnings, that you could get your child tested and they'll see if there's any type of delays, because we had did our own research and we thought he had autism. We didn't know what he had. We just want to find out the problem so we could fix it. So these people came and tested Brody, and
they were testing him for the autism.
They were testing for autism.
But that was the guy said he had way too much personality for it to be autism. He said he think it's something with his ear because he never turned his head one way or the other. Yeah.
So, and then another lady, when she came, she said she knows that he wobbles, like he can't stand still. And if you watch our videos, you know he's always wobbling because your hearing helps with your equilibrium and making sure you're balanced. So he's always like this. So anyway, long story short, he wouldn't get the ear test where you just put it in there because he was really scary. So we had to actually take him to the Levine Children's Hospital to get tested, where they had to put him to sleep and kind of do it through your brain. Basically, I forgot what it's called. But long story short, yes, they found out that he did have hearing loss. He has what they call mild hearing loss. And that just means that he's like barely has hearing loss. So he can't hear really soft sounds. So the F, the S's, it falls off. So sometimes he'll say shoe, but he means shoes. So like when we talk to him, we have to say shoes.
Shirk.
And he says shirk. He get those F and K's and all that mixed up. But anyway, so with that being said, it was hurtful to find out about him having the hearing loss as a parent, just because I already felt like the pregnancy was crazy. I felt like it was my fault with the fibroids. So I was just like, oh God, another thing. And I was already like irritated that people kept asking us, like, he ain't talking yet, he ain't doing this yet, what's wrong with him, you know? So it's like, oh, to find out there's something wrong with your child is very hurtful. And but it's like you go through grief, I guess, about it, and then you like figure out like, what do I do next, what do we need to do? So with this program that he's in, basically he was able to get speech therapy, and we started doing that twice a week or something like that. And that helped him out a lot, because when I say my child literally did not used to say anything, but as soon as he got them hearing aids at about 18 months, that's when he got his hearing aids. And y'all, them hearing aids ain't no joke. They like $5,000 because he needs hearing aids in both ears.
Like, yeah, about $3,000 a piece, right?
Yeah, $3,000 a piece. But with insurance, we pay like $2,800. So they're expensive, and they only ever replace them one time if you lose them. So imagine.
That up then.
Yeah, imagine an 18-month-old with hearing aids. Like, it was hard. So he wears a clip on his shirt so he could try to keep his hearing aid. And the problem, gonna be pulling him out all the time, he didn't. It used to be other kids curious that used to pull him out. So we asked the daycare if they could take him out when he's at playtime outside, because his ear molds are the same color, and he lost them several times. And we actually, one time I went to my job and got a metal detector, and we were out there all night. It's a lot that I guess goes with having hearing loss.
Speech therapy.
Yeah.
The hearing test. He had occupational therapy a couple times. And that's about it, right?
Well, yeah, like you, Brandon takes, like when Brody first, and let me remind y'all, we found out about this hearing loss. I was pregnant with Brock by then. So I'm already stressed because I'm pregnant. I'm like, oh my God. Like, oh, like, are we going to deal with this with another child? You know, because we don't know why he had hearing loss. We don't know why. He just has it. Yeah, he has speech therapy twice a week. He was going to occupational therapy because when you have hearing loss, all your other senses are messed up too. So like, we had a hard time with getting Brody to eat because he didn't like mushy food, hard food. And we still do have issues, but he's doing so much better. Excuse me if y'all hear my kids, they in the background. So, but he didn't like to touch grass, sand. Like, all of that was therapy to get him used to that. Like, he used to freak out with stuff. So to see how far he come is really nice. And he wears well, he was wearing braces on his feet because of the toe walking, because he's sensitive to the ground. And those are pretty penny too.
Yeah. Those
are like $1,000 a piece, and we went through 2 sets, and now we're at night splint. So but Brody has just came so far, and we got to do a lot with him. And it don't just stop with the therapy. You got to bring it back home and do stuff. So we got to go over homework with him, with his words, and practice with his feet, like getting him like to jump. Like, I know that sounds crazy, but Brody couldn't jump with 2 feet.
Well, it took him about 3 years.
Yeah, it took him 3 years.
He jumped till he was like 3.
Yeah, so it took him about 3 years to jump. I mean, he's came so far, and with leaps and bounds, like seriously, just with speech, and also just his walking and his talking and just everything. So my biggest thing is, like, if you're a parent and you think something's wrong with your child and they telling you something different, trust your gut, and you know what I mean, like, take them to get that help, or figure out whatever help you need. Because if we would have trusted the pediatrician, he probably would have been still with no hearing aids right now at 5 years old. So trust your gut and do whatever you need for your child. But it just, Brody, you know, he's 5, getting ready to start kindergarten, and still don't wake up crying.
It's all good.
Hold on.
But yeah, Brody good. We know the world not gonna feel sorry for him. Yeah?
Yeah, I'm good.
The world not gonna feel sorry for him, so we gotta get him up to the level he need to be. And so far he's been doing well.
Yeah.
And you know, so what if he gotta work a little bit harder than the average person, you know, to get to where he need to be. But as of right now, he's good. Actually, they just told us that he won't have to be in special ed starting school, so he'll be able to start with the regular classes, just like, you know, just like normal. So
he just gotta sit in the front of the class.
He gotta sit in the front.
And
I think they'll assign someone to him just because he have hearing loss, also, just to help him out.
Yeah. So yeah, and so that, I guess, I'm just so proud to see how far he's came, and just to think 3 years ago he didn't talk at all, like at all. So he's came so far. He's so smart. He still has a lot to do, but we just, like Brandon said, don't want to treat him any different, because, you know, nobody has no mercy on anybody, and we want him to be successful and not think that he has a disability, that he can't do stuff. So, you know, I don't think he really thinks he's any different than anybody else. He don't act like it at all. So I think he's good with that. But you know, he's about to graduate. Well, they had that little program at their school, and it really hit me, I guess, when he had his program, because he had a line in the program. And he said his lines, and I was like, wow, you know, look at my baby. I'm so proud of him. And I know, like all my family and friends always say, Brody gonna be fine. Y'all worry more than he do. He's going to be fine. And I know Sade says that all the time because she's like, girl, Brody is fine. He gonna be good. As soon as he learned how to talk good, he's fine. And after I had that meeting with his teacher and found out that he won't have to go to the special education classes, like, I cried all day. I text Brandon, was like, baby, I can't stop crying. Like, people don't think something wrong with me. And I couldn't even talk about it, so I sent him a picture. And I was like, look at my eyes, my face so swole, but I'm happy. It's just, it's a lot. It's a lot. I'm proud of him though.
He good. Yeah.
I know. But like, I just I appreciate you, because you know Brandon is actually, you know, now taking Brody to all the appointments, you know, with everything. You know, he got to go to his hearing specialist appointments every quarter, and he got to go to see the speech therapist every quarter, and he be tired, you know, but he take him to all of his appointments. And Brandon's very involved with everything, like everything. He knows different ways to teach Brody that maybe be able to help him that I can't help him with. So I guess we complement each other, that he has that teacher capability in your heart. And I'm just learning and trying to do the best I can.
It's our duty.
I know.
Gotta do it.
I just I know, and we get the same questions all the time. Brody is, his hearing when I come back, I know, unless a miracle happens, you know,
not coming back.
It's not coming back. And I know you probably see in a lot of our videos that he does not have his hearing aids on, but best believe he has them on at school all the time. And when we're going over stuff, he has them on. But we had issues with him having a lot of earwax build up that literally had to go to a doctor and get it pulled out. It's like this big all the way down there. So, you know, hearing aids create a lot of moisture. So we try to not let him wear them so you kind of get free, and plus want him to get used to them off and on. But
and he hear well enough where I think he understand enough words now to, he can hear something without his hearing aid and put it together.
Yeah.
Versus before, he didn't know anything, so
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
he didn't have nothing to go by.
Right. So, but he's better. And do I think he will wear his hearing aids when he gets older? It's up to him. I mean, I can't.
I doubt he will.
We've met people who have the same type of hearing loss as Brody. Like, there's different levels of hearing loss. Like, people with severe hearing loss or no hearing loss might have the cochlear implant in their head. Those are for people who can't like hear nothing. Like, Brody's like on the border. So like, people always say like, Brody don't have his hearing aids and he hear us. I'm like, he's not deaf, you know. he can hear, he just can't hear as good. Just think it's somebody who needs glasses. You can see, you just can't see it that good. And that's the same for Brody. He just struggles concentrating in a, I guess, a loud setting with a lot going on. It will be harder for him to hear without his hearing aids. But the hearing aids obviously kind of just help. So, you know, yeah, he's good though.
It's gonna be hard work for the next 18 years,
yeah,
and more. But
yeah,
you know,
that was just our biggest thing. We just wanted,
by the grace of God, he'll be all right.
Yeah, we just wanted to catch him up, man. Like, cause he was so behind, and like I said, I just get emotional because I'm just like, wow, he's came so far, and he still has a lot to go. Like, he struggles with conversation still. You know, most people, you ask him a question, he guesses what you're saying. That's just because that was what he was used to. So he's still trying to break that habit. I could be like, Brody, what color is the sky? And he'll say something completely off the wall. So
yeah, he hear that key word and he run with it.
Yeah. So but he will get it. I'm not worried. He will get it, especially being around his peers. And because he's competitive, so I know, you know, he like daddy, he competitive, so and like mommy a little bit too, so he'll get it. I'm not worried. But for the parents out there that you think, and maybe it's not hearing loss, get your child checked out if you think something wrong with them. Don't wait
Trust your gut.
Trust your gut.
The earlier the better.
Yeah, regardless of what it is, just be there for your child and do the best you can. So, bro, don't always be my baby.
You so soft.
I know. Like, I don't never cry, y'all. Ever. Like, I didn't even cry at our wedding. Like,
I cried.
he cried at the wedding. I don't cry. So, but my Brody, like, got a soft spot for me. Like, anytime I think about him, I cry because that's my baby. And I'm very, very protective of Brody. Both my kids, but I'm super protective. But I try not to be so guarded for him because I know he got to go out in that big world and do his own thing. But and I don't want to shield him from that, and I don't want to baby him. But I got a soft spot for him, and that's probably why I used to be hard on him. But now, like, after all the hearing aid stuff, man, I don't be caring. I let him do what he wants most of the time. I'm horrible. You call me a bad parent. I still get on him, but
yeah, I get on him.
but for the most part, like, I just be like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, some stuff, but he definitely do not get a free pass.
Yeah, because he do have a temper problem.
You hold him at the same level you hold Brock or, anybody else. So.
Yeah. I will incorporate more what we do with Brody. I will be doing more videos on his speech therapy lessons I do, because during the summertime he will have speech therapy as well too, because we can't have no time without him with no therapy. He'll get behind really quick. We learn real fast because some of the sight words that he knew before he was freaking 2 years old, he's forgotten some of, but he learns really quick. So we'll get on with that, and so I will be showing more of that. I'll be showing what I do more with the occupational therapy with his feet and his braces. He just got some night splints, so we're going to test those out. And what else? We need to teach him how to take his hearing aids out himself and put them back on.
Yeah.
So those are some things we're going to work. But I just want y'all to see more on that side, because, I mean, we are a loving family. We have fun. We do stuff. We travel. We get out. But this is real life. This is what we go through with Brody. We always smile. And it's hectic and crazy, but it's our life. It's what we do. I'm happy. It's like this for a reason. So, yeah.
Share your stories.
Yeah.
Share that information, because it may help us or we may help y'all.
Yep.
Whatever.
Yep. Yep.
Toes.
Thank you, baby. You the best. I got the best husband ever. Daddy, whatever. Like,
do.
Seriously.
She do.
Like, for real. Alright, y'all. I know we've talked enough. Probably bored you to death, but whatever. Alright.